Appreciate the beauty of nature and taste what's in season every month. What food will a foreign council make for a traditional Chinese salad term? Major cold, the last solar term of the Chinese lunar year, falls around January the 20th every year. As ancient books say, it is the reverse pole of cold. As the cold current moves southward, most areas in China are frozen and snowy. Because it falls at the end of the year, major cold marks both the end of the year and the start of a new one. During this solar term, the festive atmosphere gets stronger and stronger in the streets and lanes. Important traditional festivals such as Chinese New Year's Eve and Spring Festival are on the way and will be celebrated across the country. Made stir-fried glutinous rice with preserved meat today and invited a foreign friend to sample it.
Good morning, Sarah.
Good morning, Vivian.
Good to see you today.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm so excited to be here. This is a fantastic place.
Well, I'm glad that you love this place. So shall we start our journey now?
Let's do that.
So please. Close to the Chinese New Year, but today is major cold.
Oh, tell me more about that.
It is one of the coldest time in the year, even in the South China, as the cold front moves southward. Even though in South China the weather become very cold.
In Denmark, right around this time of year, it's Candlemas, Køndelmisse in Danish. And that means that we are halfway through the winter and we are looking towards spring, that spring is near.
Even though the winter is harsh, I think warm spring is around the corner.
I agree. So let's toast for a warm spring.
Well, let's toast for a warm future. So, do you know any customs about 除夕?
I think in China, focus is very much on the family getting together with your family during Chinese New Year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fireworks play a big role. The Chinese cuisine, food and traditions, hongbao.
Red envelopes.
I noticed that the color red you are wearing is everywhere around Chinese New Year.
Yeah, you know that because Chinese people really love the red color because we believe that the red color could bring us luckiness and good fortune. Just like the red paper cutting I did just now. Now it's decorated on the window.
I noticed the red color and the connection to the Spring Festival in China. Even in Denmark, we have a sizable Chinese community, and every year they also celebrate Chinese New Year with a lot of festive activities, shows, fireworks.
Wow.
Some of the traditions are brought from China to Denmark, and actually a big part of the Chinese in Denmark come from South China, so you can definitely sense that red and Chinese New Year is celebrated around the world, not just in China.
And it's really touching because even though they are living far away from their country, but they still remember the traditional customs in their country.
So in Denmark, that is definitely true. A very special place to go in Copenhagen is the Tivoli Gardens, also called the Fairy Tale City. This is a park inside Copenhagen that is nearly 200 years old, and where you can find a Chinese part with Chinese buildings and a Chinese stage that was inspired by the Forbidden City. So it's a fantastic place to go during Spring Festival for Chinese. For example, that Hans Christian Andersen found inspiration for his famous fairy tale about the nightingale in the Tivoli Gardens. So Andersen had a dream about China and almost obsession about China because China was such an exotic place. He went to the Tivoli Gardens and he found inspiration about some of the stories he wrote, where he includes China, the Emperor of China, the nightingale.
A nightingale, I know that.
Yes.
It's a story about the emperor in China. And the friendship between the peoples of these two countries has grown even deeper and deeper.
That's true. We have a very solid historic foundation of Chinese going to Denmark, but also Danes coming to China and to Guangzhou throughout centuries.
Well, so speaking of so many customs about the Spring Festival, here I want to invite you to try out some traditional Chinese customs for Spring Festival.
Very much. I'm very curious.
So today we are gonna to write the character Fu. It means a
This seems like a very special place, a very traditional Chinese boat.
Yeah, actually the rivers in Guangzhou are exceptionally well developed, particularly the Pearl River. So the boats have been an important means of transportation since ancient times. But this kind of delicate and empty boat is for sightseeing usually.
Okay, it looks very special and very Chinese to me, so it's a very special setting for what looks like a very special meal. Can you tell me a little bit about what are we about to taste here?
Yeah, today we are going to cook the sampan porridge. It's a famous snack in Cantonese cuisine. This sampan porridge is used to be cooked with the river water. In the past, not now.
Okay.
Yeah, and people enjoy this sampan porridge on the boat.
Wow, so you actually cook the food on the boat and eat it on the boat. Please show me how it's done.
Okay, first of all, we need to light the fire here. Okay, the next step, we need to pour all the ingredients into the porridge, the plain porridge here. So after finishing this nice bowl of porridge, you feel very satisfied.
It looks delicious.
Yeah.
It looks like a dish that is very good in the cold.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that's it. It's done.
Yes. Thank you.
Then please wait for a while because we need to pair this porridge with other ingredients here.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, this is fried dough crumbs.
Okay.
And then you could pour the peanuts and fried dough crumbs into the porridge.
Yes.
So if you like some fragrant vegetable, then you could put some green onions.
Yes. Spring onions and coriander.
And coriander together
Yeah.
on the top.
Looks very delicate.
How do you like it?
It's really good. It's hot. It's very rich. So I think it goes very well with the cold weather.
Søren, the rippling water reminds me the first merchant ship from Denmark came to China 350 years ago. Hello, Søren.
Hello, Vivian. Welcome to my residence.
Oh, great to see you again.
Great to see you again.
Okay.
This one. Oh, really?
Yes.
Rice?
Are you ready? And it's boiled in milk, and then it's whipped with cream. And inside there are almonds, and there's vanilla,
Wow.
and some.
Thank you.
You go.
Wow, thanks for this surprise. Happy Chinese New Year.
Happy Chinese New Year.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Wow. Chocolates of different flavors. I love this.
Prinsen tog hende da til kone, for nu vidste han, at han havde en rigtig prinsesse, og ærten kom på kunstkammeret, hvor den endnu er at se, hvis ingen har taget den. Se, det var en rigtig historie. So, girls, it's bedtime now. Time to go to sleep. It's all good. Good night.
Wow, you're an amazing father.
I don't know. It's part of this Hygge time we have as a family.
Hygge time.
Yeah,
What
sorry.
is that?
So Hygge is a Danish word, Hygge, and it means that we as a family cozy up, wear something very comfortable. It can be a sweater, it can be nice slippers, and you do something that you really like and that is relaxing. Often you are inside, you draw down the curtains, you dim the lights, and you sit very comfortable. And then some families watch television, TV shows, some families read, some families play. So there are different variants of Hygge. You can also have a Hygge time when you eat a very nice dinner.
Well, it seems that the Hygge time is about finding a place or good stuff like the slippery, the fussy slippery, something like that, like the beautiful lighting, warm lighting. Everything makes you feel so comfortable and feel warm.
Yes, you decouple from the world, you forget all your worries, and you find value in what is closest to you, to your family. So I think this is a little bit also what the Chinese New Year is all about. Have a Hygge time with your family.
I think as the communications between the two countries have grown even deeper and deeper, I think more Chinese will encounter the concept Hygge.
I agree. And then bearing in mind the many hundreds of years of relations between Denmark and China, I think there's a very strong record there of commerce between our two countries. And ever since these early days, Danish ships have landed here with goods. Of course, in the beginning, it was very much about porcelain and about tea and Chinese handicraft that was high in stock in Europe.
So in terms of trade, I know that China is the largest market after European Union and the United States for Denmark. And I also know that China is Denmark's second largest overseas investor. And in 2021, China-Denmark railway express line was opened, boosting the trading between China and Denmark too.
Yes, today trade happens through many channels, so that is really good.
And as the China's New Year's is approaching, so do you have any new things happen to you recently to share with us?
Well, I think we have a lot of activities coming up in the coming year. It's going to be a year of great excitement. For me, I moved into my new residence here, my new home with my family. And also for the Consulate General that I'm in charge of, we moved into new offices last year in 2021 actually. We will celebrate it this year together with the 25th anniversary of Denmark establishing a diplomatic consulate general in Guangzhou.
I think a bright future is ahead of us.
The cold winter will freeze the earth. Everything is dormant and stored to accumulate energy. After major cold, everything will regain its